So I made a video way back on why I stopped using Stash, and since then I've been getting requests on my views on Acorns. Ironically, when I posted that video, I had about 150 subscribers, so the growth since then has been insane, and I just want to formally thank you guys. Alright, so I forgot to mention that today is also my birthday, so if you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like because it really does help out the channel. With that said, I have to admit, before I started using Stash, I was actually using Acorns before, and that was about 3 years ago, so since then, Acorns has changed quite a bit along with Stash. So I want to give you guys my personal experience using Acorns, what Acorns is, and then just my final thoughts on Acorns. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Also, timestamps will be down below if you just want to skip to a certain section that you want to hear. So my experience with Acorn, it was my third year of college and I had a couple $100s to my name. It was pretty much just leftover money that I had from working at Target, and then also some leftover money from working at a company called Tapingo. If you guys don't know, Tapingo was bought by Grubhub. It was basically just a food delivery service for college campuses, but at the time I didn't have a car or a bike, so I would just have to walk or ride the city bus in order to get people's food from fast food restaurants or just regular restaurants, and then take the bus or walk back. So I apologize if you got cold or soggy food delivered by me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, it wasn't until one day that I saw on mint.com that all you need is $5 to invest in this app called Acorns. And I also was deciding to quit that job because I hated that job anyway, and I wanted for my money to work for me. So instead of $5, I invested $20, and then within a couple days, I got 3 cents. And to be honest, I got scared and I pulled out, and I decided that I felt like I was stealing money in a sense. So after doing a little bit of research on the personal finance as well as some investing threads on Reddit, and I was a little bit more knowledgeable about what was going on, I decided to put my money back. So from there, I linked up my cards, enabled the roundup feature, and I just resumed my normal college habits. So I'd spend money at Walmart, Target, Amazon, Uber, eating at Mexican restaurants like every other weekend. It was pretty much just my normal college life. So dividends were paid at a quarterly basis, and I started to see my money work for me. It was only like 10 cents at the time, but I wanted to put it into turbo mode. So what I did from there was I enabled the daily recurring to $5 a day for my account, and I also maxed out the roundup feature to ×10 multiplier, which I'll explain later in the video. So after getting comfortable using Acorns for about a year and a half, I also started to look into using Stash on the side as well. And once I was more comfortable, which I'll get in later in this video about the comfortable part, once I was more comfortable on investing in stocks and myself, I decided that Acorns served its purpose for me and that I'm good, and that I'll move over to Stash, and then from Stash I moved over to another brokerage. Overall, I had a pretty good experience using Acorns. So after about 2 years altogether, Acorns has changed their business model several times, but right now what I'm gonna talk about is the different tiers that Acorns offers. So starting off with the Lite Tier, it's $1 a month, and unfortunately for college students, Acorns no longer waives this fee, so even if you are a college student, you do have to pay that $1 a month still, so that sucks. But this gives you access to their investment account as well as the roundup feature, which is pretty much what Acorns is known for, even though Stash does it as well. And here's an example for you guys. So let's say that you go to Chipotle and you order a bowl for $8.50. And to be honest, $8.50 is just a number I'm throwing out here, but let's be honest, Chipotle is increasing their prices and they gotta be stopped. So 50 cents makes up the difference to the next dollar. So what Acorns will do is they're going to take that 50 cents and hold it into an account, and once your account reaches $5 from all your excess change that's being rounded up, they're then going to invest that $5 into an ETF for you. So if you want to exponentially grow this, you can also add the multiplier, which will double, triple, or even ×10 the amount that's being invested. So instead of 50 cents and you had the ×10 enabled, you would actually get $5 rounded up, and that would automatically be invested. So those are the benefits of using the multiplier. That's what I did. And I think a person would be pretty shocked at if they use the multiplier and they just spend their normal habits throughout the entire year, and they'll be shocked at the end of the year to see how much their excess change has been saved by Acorns and also invested. So that's one of the nice things that Acorns offers with their roundup feature and the multiplier. So found money is extra investments from partnered companies with Acorns that would actually give you investments back if you buy from them, but with some caveats that I don't like. So first, I don't like how the rewards take 90 to 120 days. I think in the stock market, especially at a time period right now, 3 to 4 months is quite a lot of time and can be a lot of gains or losses for people. So in terms of getting your rewards like 3 to 4 months, I don't think that's really that good for people. And then second, you also have to use the specified link within the app or the Google Chrome extension, and you have to have the card linked, and you have to use it within that same session. So as you can see, there's a lot of requirements just to get that found money. And here's an example I want to show you guys. So in the app right now, for me, it might be different when I show this, but there's an Uber Eats option that gives you 8% back as an investment if you buy with them, and you always have to purchase it within the app or the Google Chrome extension, like I said before. And you also have to keep in mind with the fine print that it's only for sometimes new customers, new subscribers. You have to meet a minimum threshold, like spending wise. So there's just a lot of little details that you have to go into get that extra investment back from the partnered companies. It kind of reminds me when I used to work at retail and a customer would give me a coupon and I'd say, hey, this coupon doesn't work. And they say, I have all the items. And then I read the coupon and I realize that 90% of the items don't count for the coupon. And it's like, well, here in the fine print, it says these items don't apply. So I can't really help you. And I feel like for the found money, that's how most people are going to react. They're like, oh, wow, I thought I was going to get 8% back, but I have to spend X amount of money or I have to be a new subscriber. So I just think found money might be a headache for some people, but if you are a person who can take advantage of using found money, also if you can wait 3 to 4 months to get your rewards, then by all means you can use found money, but I think majority of people are probably just going to stray away from using this. And then the last thing they give you is investing articles that are pretty easy to read. And I think this is really beneficial because when I first started off, whenever I just Googled a term, I would just be thrown with so much investing articles that were pretty dense. And overall, I think that people might just get overwhelmed by what they want to look up themselves. So for Acorns to give you an easily digestible article within 3 to 5 minutes of your time, I think that's really beneficial for most people starting off. So then moving up to the personal tier, which is $3 a month. $3 a month you're never going to get back, like I say in my stash video, but this just gives you access to an IRA as well as a checking account. And there's a lot of benefits of having an IRA and investing with that account, and I can discuss that in a later video. But with the checking account, you get a debit card which has no minimum fees, no overdraft fees, and you also get ATM reimbursed nationwide, not international. You have to move to Charles Schwab if you want to do that. But I think this is a very good card and I can see the appeal to it, especially if you're spending $3 a month. But I think you might just get into the sunken cost effect, which is like something psychological where just because you're spending $3, you feel obligated to use the card, because I do think that you can get a much better high yielding checking account elsewhere that's not going to charge you $3 a month to use it. Overall, I think just using a credit card over a debit card is more beneficial to people. And if you just link up a credit card while using the roundup feature, I think in the long term, it's just going to net you much better in terms of the return on your investment that you can get. I don't see the benefit of just having, it's basically a $3 maintenance fee for having a checking account, which I don't think people should be having nowadays in 2020 and the years to come. So the personal tier for me is kind of iffy. I would say that you pretty much need a lot of money for the fee of $3 to not affect you that much. But like I said before, personally, I would just take advantage of linking up a credit card, enabling the roundup feature, and using your credit card like it's your debit card. So last up is the family tier, and this is $5 a month, $5 that you're not going to get back. And this just gives you access to custodial accounts, which are basically accounts that are made for kids. Now, I don't have any kids, so I can't really speak too much on this topic, but I'm just going to give you my understanding of what the custodial account is going to be giving you. So this account allows parents to invest money into a specific account for kids that are considered a minor. And then once that child that's probably a teenager by this age that is no longer considered a minor, the teenager or the non-minor will have access to their account. Now, do I think this is beneficial? Yes. Will I do this for my kid? Maybe, probably not. I'm still looking into probably making like a 529 account just because those are more educational focused, and I don't want my kid to just have full access to their account just because. So that's, something that's probably I'm going to have a conversation with later on down the road, but that's essentially what a custodial account is. Now, $5 a month, like I said, I don't really have a lot of experience on other custodial accounts and other offers by people, but I think companies like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, You also have access to custodial accounts, and I think just the customer service that you'll get along with the benefits of a brokerage account with those companies is just going to be better for you long term. Like I said, I don't have a kid, so I can't really speak much on this tier, but that's pretty much what you get with the $5 family account. $5 you're not going to get back. That's all I can say. So now these are my final thoughts on Acorns, and right off the bat, I think Acorns is a pretty good app, especially if you're overwhelmed in the investing world and just how much information is out there on the internet. I've been there. I understand some of you guys who might be going through that. So just starting off, I think Acorns is a really good app for beginners. However, if your balance is relatively small, Acorns monthly fee is definitely going to eat up your returns. So for example, let's say you invest $100 into your account, similar to my stash review. If you put in $100 and let's say you get an average return of 6% and your account is now at $106, that $12 a year is going to cut into your returns, and essentially you're paying an 11% maintenance fee per year just to have an account with Acorns. Now this is assuming that you're not doing any recurring deposits to the account, you're not using any roundup feature. So this is a pretty, I guess, isolated situation if you were just to invest $100 and leave it in there, which I don't think many people would do. But I think if you just use the roundup feature by itself, no multiplier, and your account stays really low, that Acorns probably isn't the best for you. And as you move up the tiers to like $12, $36, $60 a year, it definitely starts to eat up into your investments, like I said. So now if your account balance gets higher and higher, the fees start becoming more beneficial. But I think if your account balance is starting to become in the low thousands, maybe mid thousands, that you should probably look into getting a different brokerage who's not going to charge you a maintenance fee. Essentially, this is what it is to have your account open. So back on the comfortable part, like I said earlier in the video, once I got comfortable on Acorns, I then moved over to Stash because I was able to know what I wanted to invest in. Inside Acorns, you don't have the option to pick exactly what stocks you want to invest in. So then from Stash, once I got confident on what stocks I wanted to buy, I then moved over to another brokerage where I'm essentially not having any maintenance fee for the investments that I'm doing. So I would say if you aren't planning to have massive amounts of money inside Acorns and you're just looking to get inside the investment world and you just want to, get your feet wet a little bit, I would say Acorns is a really good app that I think most beginners should try out at least. I don't think people should just be diving into the deep end of investing and then just losing a whole bunch of money. I would say just start off small, learn how to save, do some investing, very little, and just see how it works on a small scale before going to the big scale with the big brokerages. So also, like I said in my stash review, it's better to invest in Acorns and Stash than to not invest at all or save at all. At least with these apps, you're able to get some savings done, basically letting yourself get paid first. So that's pretty much my final thoughts on Acorns. If you guys did enjoy this personal finance video, please let me know. I'm probably thinking about doing this maybe once every 2 weeks because this channel, essentially, I wanted it to be tech, personal finance, and growth. And now that the market has started to stabilize a little bit, I feel more better talking about personal finance and just finance in general. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like so I know if I want to do more videos like this. Subscribe if you want to see more content. And as always, guys, much love.